Thursday game therapy. Not sure how much you heard, except for Brendan's gas.
Shut
Um,
up.
but otherwise, it looks like everything's back to normal. If it's not, please let us know in the chat. But anyway, your host, your friend and mine, Brendan, the Buttercup LaSalle.
I'm little buttercup. See, now I actually know the lyrics to that song, so you put that on me and I'll just sing it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Game Therapy. Sorry about our technical issues. I might have, if you're at home, maybe light some incense to the machine gods and ask them to allow us, in the presence of their greatness, to go on with our little broadcast here today. Um, so Jess says we were up for 23 seconds, so
Okay.
leave that joke, leave that joke, leave that joke, and I'll be glad to be here and happy to be back here on the line here and such. We got the three of us all set up and ready, and we are going to do a little bit of an adventure. So let me tell y'all about the. Let me
Hey,
tell you
Bruce is. I think Bruce is pointing out that.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Well, oh, it's working now. I think. Right.
what's up.
I had William and Nacho in the wrong windows.
Right. It's cool now. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, what's up, Bruce? How you doing? Welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. All right, so here is the legend of what has happened to the world that all of your characters exist in. So the world was dealt a killing blow, and yet it did not die. A psychic terror awakened in our world. So the way that the sages and the way that you heard the story passed down from your grandparents was that the world was once a place where everyone was mundane and nobody had any kind of psychic powers. And then the first true powerful psychic was born. And when upon them reaching a certain age, their powers manifested all at once. It was like an incredible psychic scream went out all over the world. 10 million people in proximity to this original first psychic died in an instant. And beyond that, there were rolling repercussions around throughout the globe, all over the place. A lot of people died, but the ones who survived, each one had themselves gifted and cursed with psychic ability. That initial psychic event set off and actually changed and altered the chemistry of everyone's brains so that everyone has some kind of psychic power now at this point in the world. But that wasn't the only destruction. The psychic's initial blast that went out completely destroyed the weather systems throughout the world, and everything suddenly, it rained up, it rained rocks, it rained not at all for months and months and months. Nearly everyone died. Starvation was rampant among humans, animals, and plants, until finally a class of psychic came along. These were the weather bringers. These are the ones who were the rain bringers, who were able to actually summon and bring rain to a certain area. Now, in the era that your characters all live in, you are all societies are all gather around these rain bringers. People who can actually, manipulate the elements. Now, because of the way their power works, they have to have it constantly. So in the little town, like little market town that y'all live in, a place called Market Citadel. So Market Citadel is the home of Iko, the Rainbringer. And Iko is, a very powerful Rainbringer who has been, basically by being there, by existing, by making weather patterns actually happen in a semi-normal way around you, people are able to farm, and because people are able to farm, they're able to actually trade. There's commerce, there's growth, there's life, and that's all. So this entire town of Market Citadel has sprung up around Iko, the Rainbringer, and the people who are there. So everyone in this, there's probably about 5,000 people, mostly farmers, who live in this immediate area. Again, it's largely a hand-to-mouth existence. It's hard going. If the Rainbringer, when he sleeps, the weather doesn't act properly. He doesn't sleep very often, but every month or so, he'll sleep for a few hours, at which point it will become completely dry and everyone's crops will wither, rice paddies go bad, everything, it all happens badly. So the weather bringers have to be on all of the time, and because of that, they are a little miserable. So let's talk about your individual characters and who you are. So who's got a name out of the three of y'all? Who's got a character name?
I got one.
All right. William, who are you playing today?
Brother Scarius, Bane of Silicone.
Brother Scarius, the Bane of Silicone. Outstanding. All right. So what is Brother Scarius? What's his claim to fame? What's he known for?
He's a cleric of the machine god.
Nice.
I see all life as an elaboration of carbon and subroutines, and that makes happiness difficult.
It does. Brother Scarius, you have a hard time not seeing people as a pile of walking components. It makes you a little weird, a little hard to relate to, and it's been a difficult journey for the brother. Let's put it that way.
You see a pretty girl across the street, you reduce her down to just her parts, it kind of ruins the mood.
It's not how to be, y'all. Not how to be. But he's got Brother Scarius, he's got psychic weirdness going on. What's your excuse? All right, so Tim, how about your guy? You have a name yet?
All right, so maybe you can do a little mini here for the name, because my dude's a masterless warrior, a psychic warrior. I'm a huge fan of Ghost Dog, so I was gonna do a play on Ghost Dog, but I didn't want to be too on the nose. Or when like an old kung fu cinema, you'd always have like your deadly venoms and things of that nature, right? So like, I figured I need like an adjective and animal. So I was going at first be like, haha, Spectre Cat, but that's just too lame. It's not,
Yeah.
I was thinking about like Flying Viper, or
Stray Dog.
All right, with the Stray Dog.
I don't know. I'm coming up with stuff here, man. All right, so we'll come up. Everyone, if you have an idea for Tim's character, or better than, you must be at least as cool as Stray Dog to play the game. So if you have an idea, throw it down there in the comments. We want to hear what you have to say. And Stray Dog isn't that cool. The bar is not that high yet. So, but Tim's a psychic warrior.
I am.
Cool. And I want to assure you that while we're doing a weird scenario today and some variant characters, all of this is doable with the Dungeon Crawl Classics rules, slight variants. DCC is an amazingly flexible system. And but if you're watching this on Twitch, you probably already know that. And if you're not, hey, please like and subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll be instantly notified whenever we do other cool stuff on here, which we're doing all of the time.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys my psychic ability.
Yes.
My psychic ability, maybe this can come into play with my name. I cannot be fooled. I always know what people are up to. Plans, tricks, deception are always plain to me. Which gives me a bonus to AC, which is rad, because I can kind of tell what's going on. And I see through any deception. And because I can always see through any deception, it makes me upset, because it breaks down human interactions where I can always see the casual lying that most people do in day-to-day interactions.
That's right, Mort. That's right.
You're like a wise owl.
Yeah.
But not wise, like electric.
Electric owl will be rad. That's Brendan. I am the electric owl.
I love it.
Electric owl. Nice.
All right, so Tim's is the electric owl. I love it. And Nacho, who are we playing today, sir?
Okay, my character's name is going to be, let's see, combine these two names. Pierre Pascal.
Pierre Pascal. I love it. And tell him about your guy, Nacho.
Okay, my character is very mathematically minded, and he's constantly computing the probabilities of everything because he's a probability seer. that means he knows exactly what are the chances of everything around him, are the chances of everything around him happening. He can compute instantly, his best choices. Unfortunately, that also means that he has a very acute knowledge on the time and method of my own death. So that's going to make me quite rash. And at some point, probably, very careful when he is arriving at the time of his death. Although now that I realize if it's unavoidable, I guess he shouldn't be so careful at all.
And there's your good and bad. There's your stress. There's the whole thing. So let me tell you about. So this is our cast of characters. Let me tell you about where we are going to start off today. Okay. So at the center of Market Citadel is in fact the Great Market. It is a huge, big open market, stalls going in all different directions. There's not even a grid. It's almost like a riot of stalls. It's people selling agricultural goods. People are selling fruit and vegetables. The main crop that everyone eats is a kind of grass, sort of a very hardy grass that was able to survive the bad times before they were actually able to cultivate actually start cultivating in the land because with the rainbringers. So the marketplace is all kind of spread out, and in the center of it is one of the buildings of the ancients. You can picture everyone here has some psychic ability, and there's one guy in town who can speak every language, and he was able to translate that. This is the old water and power building. So the building itself, it's got a raised sort of like porch all the way around it. It's got a big overhang, sort of like crumbling, ancient but still sturdy marble columns all the way around. It's got these beautiful windows over there and such. And inside, that is where Iko, the Rainbringer, is constantly having to do his work in order to make sure that the weather continues doing what it's doing, and in order to make sure that there's food for himself, for all of Market Citadel. There you go. So when we start off, okay, so I got a question for everyone. William, Brother Scarius, what are you doing in the marketplace at the moment when this adventure begins to take off? And when we start off, what are you up to?
I am looking for robots or cyborgs.
Yes.
They have no place here. They don't eat vegetables. They shouldn't be in the market square. They can go back to digging ditches like they deserve.
Just chasing them off. Yeah, you're not a fan. I got you. How about Pierre Pascal? What are you up to on this day in the marketplace?
Okay, so I've been observing the patterns of the people moving around, and I really don't have a penny. So I know exactly, when someone is going to move, what is the probability someone is going to, kneel over to get something that has fallen down. So I'm taking those opportunities, to just pick a piece of fruit here, a little bit of food there. So,
when you're sort of when you know that there's the most probability of you being able to do it without getting caught, you're going to
exactly. Yeah, I compute that, and instantly I just go grab my meal for the day.
Okay, I do want to point out though that I should I didn't point it out directly, but you do have some currency on you. If you look at your character sheets, I think everyone has sprockets, either gold, silver, or copper sprockets. That was the time. Electric Owl is doing the Electric Owl dance. So sprockets, that's the currency unit that you use. They look just like sprockets. They're all machined on the outside of them and such, and they can actually be set in. That's how you know they're real. They'll put them in a little machine to make sure they work a little bit. But yeah, sprockets are the currency that y'all actually use and share.
Wow. So I'm stealing apples. I have gold coins and a diamond ring. Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's some good.
Fancy outfit.
Yeah. Are we sure this doesn't take place in the United States? Because all right. Electric Owl, what are you up to?
So I
doing the owl dance.
No, I kind of imagined myself also shopping for like I like to go like fruit shopping. I enjoy a good apple, but
Sure.
I think I do it more for just a little bit of the back and forth, with the stall owners and the salesman, just trying to like catch them in some BS.
And you constantly do. It's like 2 silver sprockets for this barrel of apples. Why it cost me 3. Rings the lemons. You're instantly, haggling with you is real rough. And when they see you coming, people are like, "Oh, here he is. It's this guy." Town's only so big, so everyone is at least passively familiar with everybody else's psychic abilities as you come across people. So, and some of them have their own abilities, including a few that dampen psychic abilities. There are a few people that like will actually make your things not work if you get too close to them. So, all right. So we're going to start with the owl. Owl, you're actually, so this is, if you can picture it, you are, maybe a couple hundred yards away from the power and water building. And this traveler comes past you. Now, I should mention it's drizzling. It is always drizzling. There's always a constant constant bit of rain coming down. And because of the way it is, I actually marked on your character sheets, if you have a missile weapon, the constant, it's big, fat, thick things of rain. So everyone is wearing these great big rain hats as this rain comes down. And at the same time, it definitely is difficult to do melee or range attacks in this. So you'll see if you have range attacks on your character sheets, they all have a D16 by them, because just to be a reminder, that might go away under the right circumstances, obviously, but for the most part, if you're using a range attack, you're having to deal with this crazy rain. It makes it hard to see. It's big fat drops of rain just kind of constantly, dropping on you. Al, you are over there, negotiating for the sale of some combustibles when you see it again, a traveler. He's wearing a rain cloak and he's wearing like a rain hat, and he's got it like low over his head. He's making his way very determinedly through the market stall. And as soon as you see him, you realize that he is not shopping, that he is a scout for something. He's over here actually trying to scout out what's going on here. Now, marauders are a constant problem. Think about your Rainbringer is the only reason that people can survive. So people will actually come and try to steal these Rainbringers. And it's rumored that somewhere in the South, there is this professional mercenary company that has actually collected the Rainbringers from several civilizations, leaving them to either decide whether to starve or to come and join this person's professional army and become a part of this, this ongoing concern that has, sort of created a whole, taken over an area and been able to create agriculture by creating weather. And then some people, there are bandits. There are also psychic monsters out there. There are a lot of animals that have developed psychic powers, and in some cases, they have the ability to change their shape or their form. So there are creatures out there you have to deal with who are psychically changed monsters that exist out in this world. But you, as soon as you see him, you know that this is not a shopper, this is not a traveler, this is a scout up to something no good.
Well, then I will position myself to kind of shadow them, and walk through the market, just keep them within eyesight, and just get
kind of
more information. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So he kind of casually goes through. He's actually doing a fairly good job of occasionally looking at things, and in your mind, he picks up a pear. And he doesn't want that pear. He kind of runs his hand over some cloaks. He doesn't want those cloaks. You know what I mean? It's all nonsense. But finally, when he gets up to close to where the water and power building is, and he kind of looks around. Now, there are some guards that are out in front of the water and power building. These are all the people who guard ICO, and maybe there's 5 or 6 of them. He goes over there and takes a look, and then you see he actually pulls the sleeve back on his robe, and he has a high-tech communicator. These are rare, but they exist. You know what I'm saying? They're this is a very obvious display of power and wealth. And he quietly speaks something into it while he's looking around, and then surreptitiously rolls it over, rolls it back over there and covers it back up. And if you didn't have your abilities, you think he might have even just gotten away with that without you even recognizing what he was up to.
Well, if that's the case, then I will walk over to him at some point, and I'm just gonna do the whole like grab the wrist and hold it up, so the
Right.
sleeve falls away, and that way you can.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Let go of me. What's wrong with you?"
What are you doing?
I am here. I'm traveling, passing through town. I've never visited Market Citadel before.
Lying.
And I thought, how dare you say I'm a liar? I have half a mind. He doesn't. I have half a mind to call you out right here publicly. Now, at this point, Pierre and Brother, like, you both see this going on. People are starting to kind of back up away, and you see Electric Owl. So there are only a very few very dangerous people in the city. Electric Owl is one of them. He is not to be trifled with. And you see, like, now there's a little bubble is appearing around Electric Owl and some stranger that you've never seen before, who's wearing a rain hat. But just for a moment, Brother, you saw some kind of metallic thing on his arm just for a moment before he pulled his arm away from the owl. Could it have been a cybernetic arm?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. It needs to be checked out.
And Pierre, you see this, and
Right. I kind of stumble into the situation because was not within my, calculations. I didn't expect this guy coming into town.
Yeah.
So I just suddenly step into this, void of people. And I just, I realized this stranger could be, is no good. Yeah. So I get ready my boot laser. I just like click a little button in my finger, and the laser just comes out a little bit.
Gotcha. He sees that happening, and he is like, so then it's trouble you want. Then it's trouble you shall have, because I represent one far more dangerous than I. I am only the herald. And let's roll initiative, because he is about to do something aggressive. So let me a D20 and add your mod there. He is going to go on a 16.
I got a 19 myself.
19 for Pierre. Outstanding. And
Brother Scarius got a 1.
Ooh, Brother Scarius. I love it. And how about Electric Owl?
I got a 21.
21. You're actually going to go before these guys. Okay, 21 for Electric Owl. Okay, so Electric Owl, you are first. He's getting ready to do something. You can tell. You don't know what he's up to yet, though.
All right. So what I want my deed to do, though, is like I want to use my deed to try and intercept what he's doing. Like, so if he's trying to strike me,
gotcha. Okay,
like
cool.
defensively wise, or whatever.
Yeah. Roll your D die first, then.
Got a 4.
Okay, you know that he is about to activate a psychic ability. You don't know what it is necessarily, except that you know that it has a defensive capability because you got a 4. You know he's getting ready to do something defensive with his psychic abilities.
So maybe if I can like put a hurt on him beforehand, he won't have time to.
You can go for it, by all means.
All right, so the 4 on the deed die, and I got a 16, so that's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Technically 22, actually, because I got a +2 strength. So I do 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah, what'd you hit him with?
My broadsword.
All right, so Electric Owl draws his broadsword and strikes in one shot. He spins to get out of the way, but he's still slashed across the back and goes, ah! Oh! And he's getting ready to do something. But we'll see yet here in a minute. Because even though I rolled really well for initiative for a change, I'm still beat. So Pierre Pascal, it's your turn, my bro. What are you going to do?
Okay, that's going to be, so I was getting the boot laser for something, so.
Gotcha.
I do have some sort of penalty, you said, right?
Yeah, it's just gobbing down rain out here, so you are at a D16 to make your attack.
Okay.
You get your regular modifiers, but you're that are listed on the character sheet, but you're a D16.
All right. Let's see. Oops. Sorry, very quick. All right, so I got a 17 total.
Why, yes, sir. That will hit as well. Go for it.
Okay. So total of that's a D8. I got a 3. Yeah, it's a straight 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah.
He continues. You
freeze him.
only just singe him. He continues to kind of spin around like but you put a pretty good burn on him. And when you do, his cloak falls away, and underneath it, he is wearing this weird kind of armor that's got all these sort of like weird like water tubes and things that are all like coming from one direction to another. And like everyone is like,
Rather
and
scariest.
yeah. He looks human, but again, he's got the stuff all over him, and he is like, "Thieves! All of you are thieves! This shall be reclaimed!" And then he reaches out with a touch of psychic ability, and suddenly he is covered in this big patchy square of darkness. It's sort of like all over around where he is, and he's going to kind of swing in with one of the. He like sort of makes radiant bits of darkness that he can kind of swing around. They change direction, they kind of flip around. They're very hard to defend against, and he is going after Electric Owl with a melee attack with him. So here it comes. He is going to get a total of a 14. Does that get you?
No.
Yeah. So you wind up like leaping and doing a flip over backwards to avoid as these multiple scissoring arms of darkness come at you from all directions. And then you hear his voice, but now it sounds like he's far away. You should surrender now, because the Harbinger announces the coming of the Reclaimer. And that's what you hear. It's all echoey and weird. However, Brother Scarius, you're on the job. You see this guy talking schmack, weird tubey things all over his body. We don't know what it means. We don't like it.
He's like water cooled.
He's water cool, bro.
So Brother Scarius is going to fire off a quick prayer. He's going to rewrite a subroutine. He's going to get that in his hands. This modified code, which is the paralysis spell.
Notcha.
I got a 17, 22.
All right, 22. I think that just works like a ray, doesn't it?
Designates one creature within 30 feet and paralyzes it with a word.
Ooh, no, you don't need to make it. Oh, that's just what you want.
Oh yeah, you get a will save.
Yep. Here comes his willpower save, because it's not directional. His darkness power
Actually,
is not.
I assume he's more than 2 hit dice. Okay.
He's already taken 13 points. Electric
Yeah.
House scored him for 11. So I think I'm safe in saying, yeah, bro, he's having them.
Yeah.
All right, so you got a 22 total.
22.
All right, here it goes. Ooh, so close. I got a 16 on the dice, but even so. Ah! And he kind of freezes up. How long does that last for?
It lasts for 9 rounds.
All right, so here is what happens. You hear him fall to the ground, okay? But he is still able to manipulate the darkness with his mind. So he's kind of like created this sort of like scissoring field around him. So he's still trying to strike at someone on his round. With these sort of like radiant lances of darkness that are kind of like coming at you guys, like scissoring across him. But he's also laying on his butt. You know what I'm saying? Like he can still, with his mind, still work the like, and like the shape of the darkness is like now, like he's clearly prone. You know what I'm saying? And like, doing this up in the air. So that is his whole. So Scarius. Yeah, man. The nanoparticles have got him and have got him held down there for 8 more. Well, this round plus 8. So that was an awesome first move, and it's time for Electric Owl. He is now prone and a lion there. His Hiaura is still dangerous with his darkness lances. What are you going to do?
Do the darkness lances, when he swung them at me, do they seem tangible enough that I could try to, with my deed, like sever one? Or do they seem like they would not be...
You think that these are like solid light kind of things, and you could definitely sever them.
All right, so that'll
with
be
a
my
good
deed.
enough roll.
Yeah, I'm going to try and like...
Smash them. Gotcha.
I got a 5 on my deed and I rolled a crit.
Oh,
So
jeez.
Wow.
That's awesome. Oh my God. Oh, that's so good. All right, well, roll me damage.
all right, so
There's a reason why Electric Owl is feared throughout the city.
People just don't,
so 14 damage before whatever the crit does.
All right, roll your crit there.
Okay.
Your table 4? 3.
I am table 4.
I don't know what you're on. Table 4. Cool.
Let me just roll a d8 with it. I never found my d16, so I'll just roll my. All right, so I got a 7. I got an 8 on the crit.
All right, that was awesome. Concussive strike leaves foe dazed, inflict plus 1d8 damage with his strike, and make a second attack.
Jesus.
Right? That's terrible.
All right, so with the plus 1d8, that's another 3. So was that 17 total for the first attack?
Yes, it's 17 total. Gun.
Same D die for the second attack, or re-roll it?
I've changed my position on this lately, and I'm saying re-roll those. Re-roll for additional attacks.
All right. That's just gonna be a 4 total. I got a 2, a D, and a 2 to hit.
Yeah. So, all right. So here is what happens. Okay. So like you kind of sweep this thing low, and what happens is you just rake across all of his tangible black light blades that he's created to like protect his body, and you just shear him off. And you don't actually touch his body, but the damage hits him seems to be like from like psychic feedback. It's like suddenly he screams like ah! And I'm going to rule that since you got a 5 on your D die, he'll get a big minus on his attack coming up, but also rather than be a full minus a die down to hit him for anybody else, you'll be at because you attacked his actual arms. To actually go after his person, you'll be at a -1 to hit. Mitigated by him being prone, so for a total of +3. All right, so he is laying there like ah, and you can actually see him. It's like you kind of like ripped away enough of the darkness that you can kind of like make out some of his features, as if he was like emerging from a lake and coming out of this dark and like looking up at y'all. And that is when Pierre, you can take a shot.
Okay, so I try to now I'm coming in to do my a melee attack. So are the blades still spinning?
This round it looks like he'll have to manifest some more because Al just chopped all the ones that were on top of him, and they kind of fell around him, and they sort of like first they hit the ground and they shattered like hard candy, and then they disappeared.
Okay, so at that time, then exactly at that time I go into directly for the prone body, and I take while taking out my butterfly sword. So it looks like a single sword, but suddenly you can piece them out into 2, and I sit down behind him with the 2 blades, and I put both blades on over his neck. So
gotcha.
Very
awesome.
Menacingly. So I don't actually attack except to do that if I can.
Yeah.
Tell me if I have to make a roll. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. So what I call that is covering. You're gonna have him covered. So go ahead and make an attack roll, and if you're you'll be at -1 and plus a total of +3. And if you succeed in getting past his armor class, that'll mean if he does do the thing, you will get a free attack on him, like just damage.
I see. Okay.
So
right. Okay. So I'll make okay. So I got a +3. You said right. Total of 10. Do you know, guys, how much AC does this guy have?
I will go ahead and call it out. If you're looking to spend some luck, you're looking for a 14. 14
okay,
hit.
yeah. So spending a couple of points. So that will bring me to exactly to 14. So when I spend points of luck, actually, like this concentric circles, like these old movies. Yeah. These concentric circles just come out like
Yeah.
I think that's how Professor X's powers worked in the X-Men cartoon, right, from the 90s.
Probably. Image in my mind.
Bunch of circles. I mean, I'll tell you what, circles are scary. Spirals are scarier though. I'll charge a circle that you run from.
I'll do spirals then.
Now he's terrified now. Yeah, man, I'm doing great. Good to see you on.
Okay, so the idea is to be very menacing,
Gotcha. All right.
Nacho, I think you also need to add a sound effect from a theremin. We'll make it totally off the wall.
All right. Yeah. So you reach around to get him covered, and like he goes to resist, and then he throws his hands up, and his darkness kind of like like fades away. You can see he is pale and kind of shaking because the psychic damage that he took when Owl chopped at his attacks directly seems to have like shaken him, and like he's laying there and just like looking terrible. And that's when you hear from the communicator on his wrist, you hear, "Hold on, Dark Harbinger. We are on our way." And that is when, from down far in the marketplace, like far away, so you're almost on the steps now of the power building, right? And you hear like the sound of all of these people coming in. Like you start hearing people like shriek and cry, and like people are actually grabbing up their kids and running away and such. The marketplace is clearing out, and as it does, you see this army of people coming behind it, okay? So here is what it looks like. Out front, there is like 100 people out there, just all making their way up. And they all have that same kind of like those tubes that are sort of like going into and out of their bodies, like from all directions. And some of them have obvious cybernetic modifications. They've got things over their parts, their faces and such. None of them are manifesting any like specific psychic abilities as you get there. So behind these soldiers is another huge group of other people. These folks, stop with the, spam, out of here, spam, we hate you.
You want to be famous? Is that what it says?
Yeah. Wait, look at Jess on it. So Jess just rolled a 21 on initiative versus her spam bot thing. That's right. Jess got a psychic power too. It's not taking your crap, spammers. Live an honorable life. So up front 100 soldiers, and back there's another group, but these ones are all kind of like in chains and manacles, as well as having these like things, all like these pipes going in and out of them. And a bunch of them are carrying like banners with the banners all have like a blue wave on them. Like, there's several of them carrying these things. But in the middle of the group of the second wave of them, now I'm talking about like, 200 feet away at this point. There are a few, like a whole bunch of them are bearing this huge litter. Okay. So it's like imagine like a 15-foot long, 10-foot wide, tented, nice looking carvings on like lovely pictures on the outside of like rain clouds and whatnot and such. And in the front of that, like standing in the front of that, there's a man out there, and he does not have a microphone, but he's acting as if he does, and somehow his voice seems to be amplified all over the place while he's faking this. And he says to all of you, you hear this voice. It's the same voice you heard over the walking. You hear, "Reclamation is at hand. You residents of this so-called market citadel have stolen what belongs to us, and here we are to recover it. Your so-called Rainbringer is a child of His Royal Majesty, the Weathercon, and the Weathercon shall return for what is his. Those who resist shall be destroyed, but those who will join with us are invited to return to a paradise. Water, food, work you shall find enjoyable." Yes, this while being carried by like 100 people, like lifting this litter up over their backs, like their necks like a yoke and such. "All of this shall be yours, but resist us and all shall be dead. Or we shall destroy all those who would oppose us and keep what is rightfully ours. Take them, my soldiers." He says, "All of you stand aside," he says, "and let the cloud takers have what is ours."
So does our town have any sort of, militia, or, I mean, do we stand a chance even? I calculate the probability of that.
You calculate the probability.
I figure Owl can only take 100 of them. That's still going to leave.
You think that with Owl's prowess, you calculate the odds real quick, okay? Actually, you know what? Give me a roll. Give me an intelligence plus your +4 plus your character level. So your intelligence modifier, your +4 for your psychic power, and your +3 for your level.
Okay, so that will be 22, 15. Is that a total of +7, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think that depending on how things are going right now, you see that you have got maybe a 19% chance of survival, unless there's some factor that you don't know about, considering everything that you see here. But, again, you guys are raw tough, and you think you can handle it. You're not you don't look at this and think, oh my God, we're all going to die. You're feeling like, all right, this is time, Marauders, But obviously your character feels how your character feels. So there you go. So these the group of those the soldiers up front, all of the soldiers that you see, they all have these kind of staves, sort of like long wooden staves with them and such. Some of them are carved, some of them are plain, but they all have these handles on them. And the one up front, he takes his tube out of his mouth and water spills all over the ground and such from it. And he says, stand aside right now. This is your last chance, punks.
So do we get a feeling from the crowd that are they more scared or?
Well, the you mean the people who are in the marketplace?
Yeah.
They have run for it, almost to a man.
We are by ourselves.
I mean, yeah. There's these are the rank. These are a bunch of farmers. Even though with psychic powers, most of their psychic powers aren't combat based. You know what I'm saying? Look behind you. There's steps behind you leading up to the water and power building, and standing in front of it are 6 guards with halberds, but they are just going to make sure that no one goes inside there right now, and B, look terrified. And these are, while they have psychic abilities as well. In fact, everyone give me a luck check. Roll me a d20 and roll low under your luck.
I got it, Brennan.
Gotcha.
Got it.
You got it. Al, you've actually tussled with this guy before. He is known as Yellow, and his psychic power is that it looks like there's a whole lot of them, but there's only one. So, it's a very small town. There's just not that many guards there, So, so there you go. But he's putting up a brave face right now when, clearly standing ready to defend the actual entrance to the interior of the water and power building.
Okay. I look at Al and Scary as making this question, visually. So, are we standing up? Against these, or should we wait for a better moment?
I'm gonna go in head on. Depending on how that goes, I'll leave it up to in so many words, I'm attacking.
Okay.
But if you guys need to do a tactical retreat or flanking, that's up to you. But I'm gonna sort of.
You're definitely okay. Yeah.
Brendan, actually, what I want to look at is there anything, if I wanted to 13 Assassin, 7 Samurai this and make the terrain a little bit more inhospitable to them? Is there a tower that I could slash the base out of that would split their forces a bit and cause them to have to maneuver around, or?
You know what? Yeah. So sort of right over there at their side flank, there's a guy that, animals are pretty rare over here. Okay. But there's a guy over there that's got a pen full of goats, chickens, monkeys, all it's the guy, all he does is sell animals out of here. You think that if you were to let them go, it would be chaos. Let all those things go, because they're really no one wants to hurt them. You know what I mean? Animals are absolutely precious. So unless these guys are psychotic, you know what I'm saying? Literally psychotic. It would be $1 million ran on the street. You decide to step on it and kill it rather than put it in the bank or something like that. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess for my action, when it's whatever, I'm not sure where we are on initiative, but I'm gonna move to there to kind of cause a stampede.
All right. Mm-hmm. So, if your eyes go there and the guy out front, his eyes get wide and he's like, ah! At this point, he, his psychic ability, he always knows when a fight's about to kick off, and it gives him a +1 on initiative for their side. So it is time for initiative. And they are going to get, looking at a 13, save me for once.
And to the nearest 100, how many of these soldiers are there?
100 soldiers, and then a bunch of slaves / bearers / standard bearers. There's more people inside the litter, but you can't get a good look at them right now. Like, so like I said, the litter is being held up by like 20 slaves who are like, have like, it's got like, you know, it's 15 feet long, 10 feet wide. It's got these sort of like long planks under it. So like all of these guys, like 5 on a side carrying this thing. There's several rows of them. So maybe like 30 people are in total are carrying the litter. And there's the one guy up front, the guy with the pretend microphone that works. He's up there and like yelling at y'all. And he's got people in there with him as well. So you're looking at like 100 soldiers, question mark, question mark, question mark of these like, you know, water slaves. And gosh knows what's all going on up on the litter.
Okay. It's going to be a short Twitch adventure, this one.
Dude, Pierre, man, never tell me the odds. See what I did there?
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of which, what'd you get for initiative, man?
I must have got an 11.
You got an 11 on
Right.
initiative for Pierre. Okay, brother Scarius.
15.
15 for the brother. And how about Electric Owl?
19.
19 for the owl. So, okay, so now that combat has begun, this initial group of 100 are actually going to be treated like a swarm. Okay, so you're not going to be fighting individuals; you're fighting the whole group of them who are able to kind of coordinate and fight as one. You know, as this great big mob with all their sort of like combined powers and such. So, Owl, you are up first. So you're going to you're going to run down there to the stall and let the animals out.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and I'm going to say that to, like, it's hitting the cage is going to be easy, like a 6 or better. But I need at least a 3 on your D die to let some of them out. And the higher you get, the more. What's your maximum? A 5?
5. Yeah.
I'll say a 5. You'll get like 80% of the animals out in one go. And if you get a 6, because you feel like spending some luck on that action, then I'll say you just open the pen up, all the animals run out, and it's chaos.
You got a 5.
Shut up.
I did.
What do you get in your attack roll, man?
19. Is that crit for warriors?
Yeah, that's a crit for warriors. Ooh, how do I do that? All right. I know how I'll play that. Okay, so yeah, you open this thing up, okay, and what happens is, like, yeah, all the animals come out: chickens, roosters, goats, pigs, and like the one cow he has, all kind of scramble out there. But then in the back there is his newest acquisition, this really mean goat. This is your crit here, and the goat is like, I don't know how goats sound. They sounds real mad, and he's gonna charge out of there, and we're gonna get a free goat attack on your round. So give me one more attack, goat style.
11.
Yeah, man. He doesn't hit anybody this round. The goat kind of like runs through. Roll me a die 4 for Owl.
4.
All right. He'll be for 4 rounds. The goat's going to be a factor. We don't know. I mean, he might get killed too, but you know what I'm saying? Like after 4 rounds, he runs away or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they're not going to, you know.
Cool.
You know, but yeah, but right now there's animals leaked out all over the place. It's kind of cutting off some of them from some of them. So I'm going to say, at least for this first round, that is going to cut down on the amount of action dice the army is able to bring on you, you know, per round and such.
Yeah, well
so
done.
So and you have now run 30 feet and you're over there by the side, like, Shaw! So if you can picture, so like the you know, you were at the stairs looking down the side of the marketplace, and now you have run over to the left side and opened this thing up. So Electric Owl is now 30 feet away from where Pierre, the brother, and and let's never forget, Pierre, you still have Buddy held up there. So
yeah, I have a plan for that. So
I want to hear it. All right, well, Scarius, it's your turn now. So it is their go. The goat and the Grinch. I know, right?
So Scarius is going to sort of unsling his flail and hit the button on it, which turns it on. And so now it's got all the little electrical in between the strands. And he's just going to swing it around his head a couple times and nail the first guy that walks up to him.
Go ahead and give me a attack roll. I'm going to go ahead and just call it out there. one of they have an armor class of. These guys have armor class of 1 moment. 13.
I got a 17.
Outstanding. So roll me some damage. Tom Brady.
Uh-oh. It's making a run for it. 9.
9. All right, so you swing around with that thing. And you actually take like 2 guys out with that. And like, so two dudes fly off and are like knocked asunder by this and are laying there, you know, just completely unconscious from your first foray into this fight.
98 to go.
Yeah. And it is their attack. So they can't bring. I'm going to say that they're going to lose an action die because of all of this. So they're only going to get 3. They're only going to get to use 3 action dice this round. So they are coming at you. So essentially, these guys just swarm up around Ollie, and run over. One is here comes like a bunch of them attack Owl. He takes a bunch of attacks. That is, you know what? I got to move my wire. I got wires every place, all over the place here. That is an 11 plus. That is a 16. Does a 16 get you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, it does not. I'm sorry.
All right. So like a whole bunch of them take attacks at you, and you're over there like blocking them all with your sword. Same thing. A whole bunch of them go after Scarius. They kind of like charge up. They get an 11. I'm sure 11 doesn't get you.
It does not.
Yeah. A bunch of them, they're really scared of your flail. So like they kind of like jump around a lot, and they come in, but they don't come in. You know what I'm saying? And then I got another crew are going after Pierre. They're also going to get an 11. That's not looking great.
Okay. So what I'm actually doing with that's what the sort of plan I had is that I am using the body because he's paralyzed as part of a shield, like in a Jackie Chan style, as part of the the fight, and I'm actually like doubling over the body and then
fighting over him. I love it.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, man. That's awesome. So you kind of pop up and start fighting around this guy. Okay, he's like, oh, and his friends are all having a hard time getting at him now because he is in the way. So that's going to affect. How are we going to do that? That should be some kind of roll.
I just wanted to make it fun. I mean, they're not really looking for
yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. So yeah, he is just trying not to get hit in the face. A whole bunch of them are all like, doing it. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Right. Yeah. So to attack. So actually, I'm using even his own hands, to attack the other people. I get. I don't think so. That'll be a 13 and a 10.
All right. That 13 is going to hit. Okay. So go ahead and give me damage.
That'll be 6 points.
Okay. Nice job. So yeah, you actually you wind up picking up the guy, like you're fighting under his arms. You pick him up and swing him around in his feet. Just hit a bunch of dudes. And they get knocked aside, but they're still in this fight and they're still coming after you with everything they got. So it is the top of the order, but top of the order is the Owl.
So I'm assuming, not to get too meta, but because they are a swarm, our melee attacks are probably we're doing like half damage for like individual melee attack type stuff.
It's the swarm has one. The swarm has got one amount of hit dice that you're fighting through, and as they lose we have a meta moment here for everybody watching. No, the swarm have a certain number of hit dice. The more once they get down to a certain number and a certain number of hit dice, certain number of hit points for the entire swarm, and a certain number of action dice. Okay. Once they lose a certain number of action dice, then another number of hit points. Excuse me. A number of them will be gone, and then they'll lose an action die because of that.
All right. So the reason why I was asking, because I know like with typical swarms, like right, like things that aren't area attacks do half damage. So I was gonna see if I could with my deed have my deed kind of make my melee attack an area attack. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
you're better.
Swinging
Absolutely.
around.
all right. So let's see what we do. I only got a 2 on the deed die, but I got a 14 total.
All right, so go ahead and give me just give me damage.
7, 8, 9.
9 points. All right, so you try to swing around and like these guys all duck. I mean, these guys they're not ridiculously bad. You know what I'm saying? They all kind of duck and such. But like as they duck, one guy in the second row is like, "What's going on?" And you just like hit him across the chops. Like teeth all fly out of him, and he kind of staggers over and So they lost some people on that. They lost some strength in that, but they're still in this and going strong. And like that's all they can do this round. So it is Scarius and then them.
All right. Scarius is going to shout out some subroutines. I got a 19. I'm going to spend luck. 19. I'm going to spend 5 luck.
What? Hell yeah.
All right. That gets
William
me up to...
Keller, the living embodiment of my principle of drive an NPC like you stole it.
That's right. So that gets me up to a 24. So I can target 6 creatures. I'm going to point at myself and say defend.
Ooh.
So
okay.
six of them are now on my side.
All right. So here is their saving throw. What you got a total of 25?
24.
All right. I got to get a natural 20 to make this one. No. So I got an 18 though. I'm actually rock and rolling over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, all things considered. So now 6 of them are going to jump and like they kind of like jump to your side and they're like, how long is it going to last for?
1d6 plus 1. Or I'm sorry, 6, 9 turns. So 90 minutes.
90 minutes? Oh God! Like the rest of
The rest of the show.
The rest of their natural lives plus 5 minutes. How I'm seeing it, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. All right, cool. So you got 6. Okay, I see how I'm gonna do that. All right, cool. All right. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so fight goes on. So it is their turn. So since you moved last time, Pierre, and you didn't actually use your attack to go after the one they're calling the Dark Harbinger, he is once again, he activates his psychic power, boom, and puts you in this void of darkness. And he's like, I can see perfectly in here. Can you? And then like a fist comes at you.
Okay.
I rolled the wrong die. I got to reroll. D24. It's dark, baby. Yeah, man. Harbinger gets a rock and roll 22.
Wow.
22.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you are going to take 7 points of damage. Just a fist out of no place. And like people watching outside, so this blob of darkness, and then a fist come out of the top of it, like boom, just for a second. Outside of it, we forgot. Outside of it, so here's what I'm going to do. The Scariest, the guys that are defending you, they're going to take that literally and just prevent people from hitting you. Okay, so I am going to say that will drop down the guys attacking you, drop down their action die. As long as there are 6 people there, that's going to drop their action die down to a D14.
Okay.
That's 6 guys that are surrounding you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be rough for them to get at you. They're still going for it, though. So here it goes. That's a 9. It is not going to go.
Nope.
Owl, roll for your goat, man. Go, baby, go.
Go got a 5.
Go got a 5. He's kind of like running around and not like really, he's just,
He's a fainting goat. He's one of those.
That's a real thing. You can look it up. All right, that was round 2 of goat going on. And Also, round 2 of Animal Chaos, which is again preventing one action die from actually being brought to bear. So it's keeping them down to where they are. Then a crew of them are going to go after the owl. Ooh, my first crit. Okay, so here is what happens. So one of them, like this one actually has this like bowl over his head, like full of water, and like he takes it off, and like water just rushes out of it, throws it aside, and suddenly he like rolls up on you individual style. So he is now this round he hits you for. I rolled my directional die with the arrows on it. That's fun. He hits you for a left turn. He hits you for a total of 8 points of damage, and now he is broken out of the group now. So now we're calling him Fishbowl, although he took his Fishbowl hat off. So Fishbowl is another guy. Basically he has broken out from the pack. They don't lose any strength, but he is now an individual who can who can also give Electric Owl a hard time, or can be targeted by him, by himself. So that was, you're in the dark, so the other ones can't attack you. So I will say they'll use their further action dice also on Electric Owl. So the rest of them with their free action die are going to try to get the owl. Ooh, I got a 14. I think I missed it though. Yeah. You're dodging and flipping and caterwauling, but they can't. They're like, "Oh, stop him!" But they cannot do it. Not yet so far. And then Pierre, where you are inside, like you hear like the guy's wrist radio. You hear that fellow in the background is like, Harbinger, I would have them destroyed now. I'm bored. And he says, Master, perhaps it's time for your treatment. He goes, do not tell me what to do. But then you do hear him saying, yes, come here, you come here. And there's some whimpering going on from the, like you just hear over the radio. You're like, kind of scared whimpering happening from on top of the actual, let me see, you come here, you. Come here, you. Y'all, and that's when the scariest
oh my God,
shows up.
What a cutie.
I know, he's 10 pounds of
$1 million cat.
I know. We love Mr. Trocchio. He's been almost excessively cute this week. He's like, he'll do the fall on his. You ever have a cat that really likes belly rubs? Only cat I've ever had that really wants a belly rub. So he's being almost too cute. It's obnoxious. All right. So that's their whole thing. And it's time for Pierre. Pierre, so you are still in the darkness with the one they call the Harbinger. What are you going to go for?
Well, I'm not making the same miscalculation again. And I'm 2-weapon attacking the Harbinger of Doom.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll me 2d14 as you are fighting in the darkness.
Okay.
Just do it like a big pair of scissors. Just.
Yeah, I should have done that before, and I think now it's too late for that. Where's the 14? Okay, here it is. Okay, I got a 13. Let's spend that point of luck.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
And the other one. Oh, look at that, a crit, 14.
Okay, so so what's your normal crit?
Sorry, I should have checked. It's
Cool.
D10, table 3.
So go ahead and roll me your regular damage first, and then do me your crit. But you do your crit at a D8 on table 2.
Table 2. Oh, okay, because it's
on the lower die
of the darkness. Okay.
Because you're rolling the lower die.
Mm-hmm. So the damage. So each one attack does 3. Mm-hmm. The other attack does 4. Plus... I'm
gonna stop you right there. Just describe how awesome your critical is to me at this point. Just tell me how it goes.
Okay, I think on my first attack, I actually got him to turn around to put him again in the same position I was before. Now we're back at the
right.
initial position, and
Okay. Yeah.
I just cut his throat.
It falls over, and like he falls, the darkness disappears. When the darkness disappears, there's all these guys outside of it who are waiting. And now they're like, and you hear his radio be like, Harbinger, as the person up there. Who? But I will say this though, the timbre of their voice is very. Ooh, that's awesome. You said you're next, and like you hear, come here, girl, come here to me now. You hear, so you don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, that's awesome. So
we're end of the round, I think.
Yeah, Pierre, it's top of the order, round 3, and it is the owl. Owl, you got two action dice in your last round. What are you gonna do?
So I got this guy that stepped out.
Yeah, the guy with the fishbowl.
Yeah, fishbowl.
Yeah, he's no longer a mook. He's fishbowl now.
And he is attacking me with what?
He has got a stave. Okay, so it's like a piece of wood. It's kind of flat. His actually has a little goldfish carved all the way up it, looking very very lovely, and
All right, I think I'm gonna do the typical kind of Wuxia. I'm gonna come in with like a high strike, but then swing it around so I take out the back of his legs and hopefully like sweep him with the sword strike.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do it.
I crit, but I only rolled a 2 on the deed.
All right, so you get your crit, but you don't do that. He's way quicker. Like now that he has that bowl off his head, he's like lightning. But you still wind up getting him, even though he's very, very slick. Give me that damage and then the crit, please.
All right, so the crit is a 14 on table 4.
What the what?
The damage is only 3, 4, 5.
All right, that's not bad. 5 and then 14. Ooh. Below it is spinal column numbs lower limbs. -4 penalty to AC as they learn to walk again. I am going to go ahead and say that Fishbowl, while still alive, is effectively out of the combat.
He's flopping around on the ground.
Yeah, he flips around. Oh! And like the last thing is him next to his fishbowl, like, and just looking stupid on the ground and such. So he is, like I said, he's not dead, but he's done.
Is combat ineffective?
Yeah, once you get that spine cracked, I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? Take the weekend. Take the whole week. Take the whole week. Just leave that whole fighting thing to people who got spines going like about how they need to be going. Yes, I'm not dead yet. No, he's not even saying that. He's just trying to drag himself with his, grabs his helmet. So we'll see what happens to him. So all right, that's a split off. So that was awesome, and it is scariest, and then the army.
All right, how many people are between me and the litter that's being carried? A lot.
No, not including the guys defending you. Yeah. 10.
All right, I'm gonna drive my scrimmage line forward, and I'm going for the litter. I'm gonna get as close to it as I can, bashing anybody I need to on the way.
Okay, so your move is going to be to just shove through everybody and just get over there. Yeah, so I will say that you can do that, but they're going to get a free shot on you, just like you were running through a melee. So here comes a freebie. It's going to be a 20 total. But
oh, gee. Yeah, that gets me.
Yeah, you take 3 points. The one of them, as you make your way to the litter, one of them swats you hard across the hindquarters. It's not a crit though, so he's still a mook. But now you have gotten there with your move action. You are now at the side of the litter, and you can see up on top of it the one who's still pretending to have a microphone and still talking to the crowd. Surrender to us. What is us? I am the reclaimer, and go forth from you. And now he's like looking at you. This one chooses to be the first to die. Bring him forward and oblige him.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
All right, so you have moved up there and are ready to do something the next round and get in there and
Okay.
Smart and butt though. Ooh, you can feel as that's gonna be a wealth, dude. That's gonna be hard to explain when you get home to the missus. Because no, I'm kidding. So all right, It is their turn. So, all right, this is the last round of them having only 3 action dice. Okay. So, and I'm actually, they're going to go for a maneuver this town. That last action dice, they're going to try to scoop the goat up and like steal him essentially, like like manhandle him out of this. Okay. So, we're going to do a strength versus strength check. Okay. So, go ahead and maybe 1/4 of that. So, go ahead and roll me for the goat, roll me a D20 plus 1, and you got to beat my swarm.
15.
Ooh, got to be a 16.
Ooh.
I got 16 total.
I got a 15.
Yeah, they just barely, a bunch of them managed to like get this thing up. It's swinging its legs like, ah! What does a goat sound like?
They scream. Yeah, they make weird noises.
So I don't know. I got to work on my animal noises clearly because I'm not good at horses. I can't do a horse noise. So but I will say that he manages to like hand them off to some of these the water slaves who are now wrapping them up and, hey, what's up, Gronk? Wrapping them up and like so the goat is no longer in play, is what I'm saying. They have managed to with this. This is the last round. There's only 3 action dice in there, and there you go. So you know what? I should have given you one more goat attack before that. Give me one more goat attack before we're retconning a little bit. Did they get a goat on the way out?
6.
Yeah, the goat did his best.
He just looks mean.
He, you know what I mean? Like he was mean, just not focused. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at everybody. You got to pick one guy and hit him. And if there's anything I've ever learned from a fight is you don't punch 10 guys, you punch one guy at a time.
Well, and once his feet are up off the ground, he's got nothing.
No, he's a pair of chops and a jumper at this point.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is still 3 action dice this round. So, well, definitely the brothers getting an attack. So the same guys that you ran through all are going to come at you with their staves this round. Here comes, that's going to be a 9. You are defending these guys off like a mug. Duck. Pierre, you have now, the ones who are all around you, they all at once, they're like, as one! They all swing back, and they're all going to try to bonk you at one time. An 8. Like, you kind of duck, and they all hit and make a little tent over you. For a moment there, just for a second, it's not raining on you. Just for a moment, as there stays the water runs in all directions from the side of that. But then, fishbowl's down. Then electric owl. Here it comes, man. That's an 11 total. That's terrible. All right. I'm nice all over the place. All right. So they come at you with that. And that is going to be all that they do this round. So there you go. All right, yeah, that's that, and that is going to be the whole of everything. Pierre, it's your turn, bro.
Hey.
You were in the tent. What are you going to do?
I scramble out from the from the tent, so I take a quick peek to see if anyone is actually moving into. Going for wherever the
building, the water and power building.
Right.
No, they're not. And the guards, which is really just one guy, Alnos, they're all standing up there at the gate. So if you can picture it, this probably used to have like big, nice glass doors. They've been shattered a long time ago. So now it's just this lovely reworked archway with like water and cloud symbols around the outside of it, leading to inside, which is cool and dark looking from here. You can't, you can barely make out stuff. But the 4 of them are standing out in front of it, holding their ground with their pikes.
Okay, so as long as that is secure, then I'll do my 2 hits to some random guards.
Yeah, give me a go.
I keep imagining them as like the Sardaukar in the Dune movie, with all those.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible,
Although,
bro.
If the Fremen knew that the Sardaukar had all that water, though, it would have been
right. Yeah,
it would have very short movie. There's always a way to water.
Yeah, so So I missed with one, and I hit another one with just 2 points of damage.
All right, but you know what though? That 2 points was fantastic. That actually, you have just dropped them down to a hit die threshold, so they have just lost an action die. Nicely done. Right. So they're down to 3 action, and now the ground is littered with a bunch of dudes out here, just beat up, knocked around, smacked around, like beat up and all over the place. But they still have their 3 action die. You got that just in time before they lost it. This would have been their round back, so that's nice. Al, it is your turn. They're thinning out, but it's not over yet, my friend.
So I want my deed to be to inflict such an overwhelming amount of violence to one of them that like it either causes them to hesitate or drops like their attack roll down. I want to essentially scare them, whether it makes a path, whatever.
Gotcha.
But yeah, by like completely murdering one of them. I got a 10, 13, and I got a 3 on the die.
13 hits, 3 is going to get it. All right, so here is the deal. On a third, so roll me damage first, please.
Yes. 6, 7, 8.
All right, 8. All right, cool. Fantastic. All right, and then I will say on a 13, I am going to give them, the ones immediately around you, a morale check. And if they fail it, they're going to get a minus. But since it's only a 3, I'm going to give their morale check on a D24. They're still pretty confident in how all this goes. Oh, okay. So here's what happens. So y'all see Electric Owl kind of runs back, takes a jump off the stairs, and comes back down to the one. And it's the cover of the DVD. And like there's that moment of just like rain. As blood, and then he falls apart in 2 halves. Eyeball, and like all the guys around him, like there's a whole bunch of them out front now who are just covered in blood and water, because water is also spraying out of his tubes and everything, and they're going to get a minus to hit next round, as they are going to be they're losing their crap just a wee bit. That was awesome. All right, so it's Scarius. It is your turn.
All right, I'm going to sweep. I'm going to flail the legs out from under this MC guy that's standing up on the litter talking.
All right, gotcha.
16 and 2 is 18.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me damage.
And I got only 4 damage.
All right, so you're not really a warrior, so you really can't just like he's an actual single guy, so you can't just like but 4 damage against the Reclaimer. So here is what happened. But I will say this. So you hit him in the ankle.
As a move, can I jump up there?
Yeah, you can get up there. Absolutely.
As a move, can I jump up there next to him? Okay.
Yeah. So you zap him with that and then jump up there next to him. So here is what happens. So now the litter is like, it's like, imagine an open air, lovely, like almost like a pleasure boat on the inside. It's all plush seats and it's nice. Inside there, here is what you see. So you hit him across the ankle and he hollers, and then you jump in there. So it is him. He is a very, very, very stout fellow, who is dressed. He's really dressed for a garden party. He has like loose flowing clothes on and this great big cup full of water. He looks like he's like having a jolly time. Standing next to him is a kind of a humanoid, eel head, and just soon we'll be making another call. So anyway, this guy's got a kind of an eel head. And he has got this giant, big metal barrel. And when you first jumped up there, you saw that like the Reclaimer had his hands inside that barrel, but then he kind of pulls them out when you hit him, and the eel closes the lid down like a gunk, like to protect it from you. Apparently, it seems like. And in the back of it, you see that there is another dude who is he is a little like 5 foot tall, like wiry fellow, and he sees you and he starts like doing something with his hands, and you see these sort of like psychic strands of energy start to like weave around him, but it's not his turn yet, so he's just being fancy right now. But you were up on the litter, and you hit dude, and he's like, oh, so eager to die, are you? You will die this day. Dispatch him, Fang. And it looks like he's getting ready to. They're going to do something on their turn, which is coming up.
How many of my guys are left?
Ooh, all 6 of your guys crawl up there with you and are making a ring circle
Excellent.
around you. So I'm going to say that is going to be good for a generalized minus a die on this. But if anybody gets a crit on that attack roll, they take out one of your dudes. Like, no one's really targeted them yet, but like if someone does, because they're just defending, they're not attacking. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to give them a minus die on anything that happens to these folks. All right. All right, cool. So that was Scariest. Brother Scariest goes, and it is actually their turn. So I'm going to go to the ground first. So Owl, yeah, these guys are coming at you, but they're a little bit more hesitant this round now that you made it rain blood over a 5 foot area of them. It's still going, by the way. It's still going. It makes no physical sense, and yet, you know. So here comes. Ooh, that didn't save you. I got a 19 still with the minus. And you are going to take 5 points of stave damage as one of them just goes upside your head. Like he has a panic shot, just gets lucky and like dings you. And now you have a little tiny like trickle of blood coming out of the side of your mouth. The other ones, I got one action die is going to come at Pierre. The same guys, they all turn around. They're all going to try to whack you. That's another 19. Kid's on fire. And
No, not kidding me. No. I got a 21 AC. I just calculate all those probabilities. You know, each time they're attacking me.
Yeah.
They, I go like Sherlock Holmes. This, Robert Downey. Right?
Suddenly it's all captions, and you're like,
Right.
I'm like, to you it's just like, and all these staves they fly all directions.
Yeah, when I get hit is because I forgot to carry one somewhere.
Cool. And then I'm going to say the last action die. Here is what they're going to do. They're going to try to. No, they're going after Owl. A bunch more rush up and are going to try to like just bang you with a brain pain. Total of 15. That doesn't get you right. Yeah, they come out with aggression and attack, but they don't actually pull it off this round. So the fight does continue, and then one more thing though. So that little one, that little guy in the back there who was doing his psychic whatever thing was there when he saw a brother show up, like he does, and suddenly appearing in front of him. Good one. Yeah, like a wildcat, a psychic projection of a wildcat. So it's clearly supposed to be this animal, but it's clearly also not real. It's just some kind of psychic force that's appeared before him. It appears before him and is going to attack at you. He is -1 die though because of all of your defenders. So he comes out there and your guys just basically keep this psychic wildcat from getting him.
Now, psychic wildcat, is that a real creature or is that like a manifestation of a power?
You think that's just a manifestation of a power? Like he didn't make a real wildcat appear. He made a wildcat-shaped force in front of him, which is now attacking you.
Gotcha.
And the reclaimer runs to the back of the litter, and he's motioning, and the guy with the eel head also runs back there with the barrel, and he is like, I'm in pain. I need a treatment. And he puts his hands back inside that barrel, and instantly his face just like looks like, oh, he looks so much better. Like he just relaxes and just like, and that is what happens on this round. That's what happens in this round. So that's all of them, and it's time for Pierre.
Okay, so I guess Pierre is suddenly aware of the craziness that is going on in the love boat because of the communicator.
Oh yeah, it's still sitting there. Yeah, you hear him talking.
I hear, all that is happening. I hear that Brother Scarius is up there, so I try to disengage from my current attackers, I guess.
All right, you can run from where you are and through the crowd of the water slaves and get to the litter this round, but they are going to take a parting attack at you as you go by.
Yeah, sure. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that's a 24, kid. Boom. Yeah.
Calculate that one.
Yeah, well, you knew the risks. It was like there's 11% chance. Oh, there it goes.
11.
You take 7 points of damage as one of them zings you across the back.
7. Wow. Okay.
Rock and roll 7, man. Rock and roll 7. At this point, you're at the base of the litter. You can see that the water slaves are not really reacting to anything. They look almost like stupefied. You know what I'm saying? They're still carrying the litter across their shoulders. A bunch of them were just standing there with banners, like as if a fight wasn't taking place 3 inches away from them. You know what I'm saying? And like a few of them were holding a goat. Where the hell did that thing come from? And the goat's like legs are just like, it's just like kicking in the air, and they're just like impassively, 2 of them overpowering this goat and with nothing going on in their face. That is what you see once you arrive there at the base.
So the whole thing is being carried by these slaves, and
like 30 of these slaves have like these sort of like yokes that come that come off from the bottom of the litter, and they're all like just again look just dull-eyed, weak-kneed. They look strong, they look physically powerful, but just like no expression on their faces whatsoever.
Okay.
There you go. So all right, so there you go. So that's the top of the order. It's the owl. Owl, they're in your grill still.
You know what I forgot to ask you about when they made that claim that we had stolen something from them, right, and all that stuff. Did that alert my BS detector at all? Or did that seem like
yes, that was a lie.
Okay,
that was crap. Whatever else comes up, they don't like. He does not believe that. He just said that. You're right. I should have mentioned that. Yeah, that was nonsense.
So what I want to do is grab one of the guys next to me, and for my deed, use him as a human shield to like bump my armor class up when they
Gotcha.
So the owl shows his behind.
Whoa.
I rolled a 1.
Ruh-roh. Shake a tail feather, Al. Give me a fumble check.
I can spend my luck after I make the fumble check in case I don't want to do it.
You can spend your luck. Rules is written. You can spend your luck after you see what the effect of your fumble is. So
all right. So my fumble is a 2.
Is a 2 is nope, not faux jabbed in the eye. Wrong table. You trip but can recover with a DC-10 reflex save. However, I will say if you got to spend the luck before you make your check.
Yeah.
Before you make reflex save. So.
I will make the reflex save. I don't need to spend a luck for that, I don't think.
All right, go ahead and do it.
DC-10 reflex. Yeah, I got a 15.
Yeah, you nearly fall, but it becomes like a gymnastics walkover, and you don't get any of this round, but and the fight continues. Whoosh. Oh, man, I wonder. All right, well, we'll come back to that. All right, so that is where we are with that. All right, it's Scarius. Scarius, you are now in there. You got your defenders are between you and a psychic wildcat. The guy that did it is still there. He's clearly doing something like, working psychic energy. In the back of the litter is the eel-faced guy holding that jar, and the Reclaimer with his hands inside the jar, like, oh.
All right, I got a mechanical question for you.
I'm ready.
Binding in the book says it binds a supernatural creature. Does eel face guy count as a supernatural creature?
Oh, eel face.
I don't know what would be supernatural in this setting, but I would think something with an eel face would be close.
I would say that, really, I would have to argue that on a level, everybody with a psychic power would be supernatural. Yeah, I think it would work on him. Yeah, I think so. My ruling is yes.
I like your ruling.
Yeah, I mean it's
all right.
He's got powers. You know what I'm saying? He's got a thing.
All right. Oh fudge! I'm going to spend 1 point of luck. I'm going to have no luck by the end of this. That gets me up to a 20. So and I'm doing binding. So I'm logging into this guy's brain and taking over. If he's 6 hit die or less, I own him.
He is.
Okay.
Shoot out 6 plus CL rounds.
Yep.
Do it up.
And since he's going to do what I want him to do, he's going to turn that jar upside down and pour out the contents on the ground.
Very cool. I'm sorry, how many rounds?
So 11 rounds.
You all right, the turned. I made a chart to like track how many turns that you were defended by these guys. I realized it's turns. It hasn't even been one turn yet. I'm glad I drew a chart for that.
We're gonna have lunch together afterwards, is what's gonna happen.
Good luck.
Take these guys out for barbecue.
That waiter's never getting to you, bro. They're all like, no, just in case, man. Autographs ain't happening. Anyway, so the guy, the eel guy, who's clearly very, very strong, just turns his jar over, and the Reclaimer's like, no, what are you doing? No. And out of the jar spills a woman. She is very, very pale. She looks not healthy. She's, a lot of her hair is missing. She's kind of patchy bald in places. She has huge, big, scared-looking eyes, and she lands down there and she sort of like looks up at the world and blinks as the sunlight seems to be too much for her. She's just like, and looks just like, just looks very dazed, and clearly. The Reclaimer is like, no, we put her back in the jar. What have you done? Like he just looks like, it's, just as, she could be hurt. She could be damaged. Just not pleased with this turn of events. Speaking of turn of events, there you go. P.S. I just realized I'm only calling him Eel Face in my notes, but he should have been Eel Seek of the Jug. Come on now. That was no brainer. LaSalle. All right. So that was awesome. And it is, that is them. It's their turn. All right. So I'm going to do a litter first up there. So what is all right. So the Reclaimer has been freaked out into action at this point. He is going to jump in and get involved. So he puts down his pretend microphone, reaches at his side, and draws a pretend sword. Oh yeah. I'm gonna say like with one stroke, he kills half of the guys that are defending you.
Wow.
They are 10. I mean, he's like, and now like, for the first time you realize, oh, he's actually like crazy powerful, and you can actually see like blood dripping off his pretend sword as he holds it there in front of you, like. And that is gonna lower your defense down to -1 to hit you, as these 3 guys are just gonna be there. if they were 3 real guys, it'd be different, but they're just, a fraction of a hit die. So, so they're not that great individually. The Wildcat guy, he's going to try to bolster up his Wildcat. Now, he doesn't do it. He tries sending some more psychic energy at the Wildcat, and it doesn't get any bigger or nastier or anything. But it does attack you one more time. It gets a total of a 12 with a kind of a rake attack. No? All right. Outside, I still got 3 hit dice out here. So, Pierre, you have run through and gotten up there, but a group of them there are going to try to kill you with their staves. That's their plan, and they're sticking by it.
And they could.
Not with this junk, they can't. No, they don't do it. And then the other 2 action die worth are all going to go after the electric owl. They're going to try to like just bash your skulls in with their stuff. That is a miss. Ooh, 15 gets you? Did we decide 15? No, they get pretty good, but what? At this point, they're mostly getting in their own way in the grand tradition of nitnoids everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just like bungling about. The goat is out of play. Fishbowl's crawled away. There's Wildcat. Just making sure I don't miss anybody. It's a complicated roster of things going on here. And this is combat round 5. Okay, who has the lowest luck out of your group?
I probably do now at a 7.
Give me a luck check.
I made it.
You made it. All right.
Made it.
So somebody from the exterior is going to use their psychic power to help you this round. They're going to someone out in the crowd is going to throw a little something your way. Actually, why don't y'all make the roll? Pierre, going to give me a D20 check.
That'll be I think a D24 for me. According to a power I have. Well, let me see. Yeah, made it.
No, just
Sorry, the other way around. It will be D16.
No, yeah, just I see what you're going for. This isn't a luck check for you. You're just rolling on my table here.
Oh, okay. So
just roll me D20. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No luck mod or anything.
3.
3, yeah. If I had more time, maybe I would have force ranked it so the high things were good and the low things were bad, but it's not even like that.
Okay.
On a 3, okay, so it's you hear someone from there like yell, "Light as a feather, heavy as steel!" And for one round, all of your weapons, like to you, seem extremely light, but they're actually getting when they hit like they're much heavier. So you guys are +2 to hit and +2 damage for the next one round. Oh, nice. This guy throws you a psychic little bit of a little psychic love from the crowd there. I mean, you're defending their water and really their lives. They're going to wind up with these water slaves if they don't go with you. So they're going to throw you support when they can. All right.
I'm glad that was the psychic guy that decided to help and not the one that could make things smell like vanilla.
You know that guy. And I mean, he's awesome if you want to have ice cream.
He's nice, but yeah.
Works at the coffee shop. I mean, you want his latte. You know what I mean? Just
he's realtor's best friend.
It smells very homey here. He's like, we did it again, George. All right, so so that is it.
William's turn now?
Yeah, it's all of them. So it's actually, yes, Pierre.
Okay, so yeah, I guess it's time to climb over into the boat.
Climb under the litter. I'm not making a roll for climb under the litter. It's made to be climbed into.
Okay, so I get up there and so how far? I mean, can I get into melee range of anything, or?
Yeah, you can hit if you climb in. Depending on where you do it, you can get it in such a way to either have like direct melee access to the Wildcat and the guy that made the Wildcat, or Eel Dude, who is clearly I don't know. the eel guy who was just standing there with upside down jar and not doing anything, and the reclaimer who seems to be dueling with just killed a bunch of guys with a fake sword.
Definitely attacking the reclaimer.
That's a pretend sword.
Right.
Sword.
Yeah. So 3 guys are pretending to be dead as well.
They're doing a hell of a job because.
Okay, so
also there's that woman on the ground. You see the woman as I described laying on the ground there.
But she seems to be like she's being retained against her will.
They had her in a jar.
Right.
Not cool.
Who wants to be there?
Right?
Okay.
Not cool, guys.
Okay, got sorry. My first roll will be a 15, including.
Don't forget plus 2.
Right. I did add it. Did I hit with that?
15 against the reclaimer. No, he blocked with his imaginary sword. Shah! Aha! Your powers are nothing compared to mine.
Really? What about a 17?
You're one away.
Oh no! Okay.
Arm class 18.
2 points then. Just
all
because.
Right. Yeah, man.
Just because she said that.
I gotcha. All right, give me damage.
Right. Got 6 points of damage total.
Beautiful. All right.
Get another attack.
Oh, okay. Another what?
Another attack I got.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
And this one, sorry. Oh, just missed by 1. It's 6. Yeah, 19. 13 plus.
Yes. Yeah, do it up. Mm-hmm.
19 and all right, 8 points of damage total.
Ooh, beautiful. So he puts his imaginary sword up there, and you actually feel yourself break through it with your 2 butterfly swords. And he's like, "No, my sword!" And you cut him, and he's looking down at the pieces of his imaginary sword, and he looks at his fake handle and throws it over the side, like, "Oh, I'll get you for this," We'll see how that winds up here in a minute, because clearly he is not happy with you at all.
Well, and all this was thanks to I just hit both. I just got both hits thanks to the guy crying from the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's like, I can only do it a couple times per day though, so I'm gonna go hide some more. Where have you been the whole day? She can only do it every so often. So you are now in the litter with the rest of them, and it is Owl, top of the order.
All right, still going to try to fight defensively, so I'm going to do a whole bunch of sweeping and laying backs and kinds of moving around,
You fight on the defensive. I got you.
Jeez, man. But I got a +2 because of that dude's helping me.
Yep.
So I got a 5 on my D20, but that makes it. But I got a 3 on the deed, so that's 8, and then I got a +5 thanks to that dude. So I'm at 13.
Okay, that actually hits. So what's your total of your deed die?
It's just a 3.
Okay, so that'll add +1 to your armor class for next round.
Okay, and for damage, ooh, that was good though. I do. You said you get +2 to damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 points of damage.
Beautiful. Okay,
wow.
So here's what happens, okay? So you do this dancing across a whole bunch of them and just stab a bunch of dudes in the way. And you actually managed to drop them down a whole nother action die. They're down to 2 action die at this point. Yeah. People are scattered. They're all looking just beat up, hating their lives at this point. Ooh, I gotta make a save and throw this round. Oh, this is fun. This just got real to me, y'all. Like we've hit almost every weird contingency that could come up in this fight so far. So I'm stoked for it. Go ahead and all right, so that was awesome. Electric Owl does some damage. People are laying around him, and it's time for Scarius to do something scarificating.
All right, so Scarius is going to he's going to point at the guy that summoned the wildcat.
Yeah.
He's going to shout at Leechface, "Put him in the jar." and
All
then
right.
turn around and try to flail the reclaimer.
Okay.
But
He's
I'm not
actually
good
little
at
too.
hit.
He'll fit in the jar.
I'm not good at hitting things, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Today I am good at hitting things. Natural 20, so 24.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, cousin, that's awesome. So give me damage.
6.
Oof.
And then I do a D10 on table 3.
All right. Do you have a luck modifier? Don't forget to add your luck modifier.
It's a luck negatifier now.
Don't forget to subtract your luck negatifier.
Yeah, I got a 3 on the crit table.
3. Foe steps into attack, inflict plus 1d8 damage. That's not bad.
Steps into what?
Your attack.
Steps into the attack.
You were like this. He's like, no. Like for a moment, it looked like you might hit the woman on the floor, and he kind of like jumped ahead of her, but like, no. And roll me an extra d8 damage, cousin.
8.
8. Yeah, that's very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. Okay, so yeah, that sucked. That sucked for them, but it's their turn. All right. So here is what the reclaimer does. He needs to make a saving throw. He is going to make that. So what he does is he opens up an imaginary kit on his belt, like quickly, and he takes something out of it and injects himself with. And like instantly, it's clearly a pretend whatever it is, but he heals himself for some damage. You don't know how much, but some. He like his wounds look better. He's like the color comes back into his face, and he even carefully puts that thing back in his imaginary belt thing and closes it back up with real precision. Like his mime skills are astounding. You know what I'm saying?
So he's just imagining things into reality, let's say, and
could be.
or does it look like they are invisible things? Somehow, there's a way we can make that?
If you get it, I mean, you're right there. Tell me how you're going to test out your hypothesis.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe I'll try to do that in my attack.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Then down on the ground, I still have two. Action die. They're coming after the owl, and they're going to bring violence to your house, my friend. That is a 15 and a 19. That 19 is going to get you, though, huh?
Yeah, even with that +1, it's gonna get me.
Yeah, man. So you're looking.
How
bad is Owl looking at this point?
I'm not bloodied yet to use that 4th E term. I might be after this attack.
Yeah. How about 8 points of damage? You get rocked.
Yeah, I'm at 11 of 32 at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, you look over there. Electric Owl. I would describe him as bloody but unbowed. All right. And then the eel guy is going to try to slam that jar down on Homeboy. Now I'm going to make him. Would that be a ranged attack? Let me think how that would actually be. Okay, I'm going to call that an agility-based thing because he's got to kind of slam it down on top of him.
It's like
it's
a barrel-based grapple.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of slams this thing down on dude. He's like, and he goes like, dude, Chip, no. So he is now inside of that. I hadn't thought about this, so please, Brother Scarius, make me a luck check.
Uh-oh.
Why is stuff popping up on my damn screen? Go away, things. You didn't make it?
Nope.
All right, I am going to say that his Wildcat is still remaining in the fight. It's like it didn't him not being able to see it didn't. I hadn't thought about it, but him not being able to see it didn't mess him up.
Okay.
Guys, so obnoxious. All right, can you guys hear me okay? And if you're watching, can you guys hear me okay? I'm getting this set of professional audio. What audio settings thing? It looks like a scam to me. Why y'all scamming me? Scams. Just get rid of them. Thanks. Yep. All right, go. I'm not doing it. All right, so I'll come back to that. All right, so that is 2 wanted him, and this. Oh, I didn't do the Wildcat. Wildcat strike. Wildcat strike. Wildcat is coming at Brother Scarius. Here it comes. 14.
Yep.
You get raked by the Wildcat. Stage 1 Wildcat. You are going to take 4 points of damage as it rakes you. And like you can it doesn't leave wounds. It leaves like psychic wounds though that like are draining your energy. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like your psychic power is like, kind of get shorted out a little bit when it hurts you. And then I'm gonna say that the guy inside the jar, he is gonna make a strength check versus the eel strength check to try to go ahead and get out. Yeah, I'm not rolling both these. Tim, roll me a d20.
11.
Yeah, he's not doing it. Inside, you hear go ding, and there you go. So, all right. So that's their whole go, and it's Pierre. Pierre, you were up there in the litter. You've got a lady on the ground, a guy in a jar, a psychic wildcat. I got a dude just gave him an imaginary injection. Really, it's a panoply at this point. You tell me.
It's like a Tuesday.
It is. It's a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? This is officially a hex crawl inside of a bear litter. So you tell me what you want to do. Anywhere you want to go, man. You know.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack the reclaimer, but not. I'm not stabbing him, but while I'm shouting, "This is what I do to your medicine," and just slash him with the 2 swords, but like in the belt region, like if I'm destroying all his equipment.
Gotcha. All right.
This is if he's imagining it, and he this,
2 attacks towards his equipment belt. So go ahead and give me a check on top of that.
Yeah. At the same time, I try to feel if there's actually something there, right? Or
yeah, absolutely. I get you. Yeah. 2
okay.
attacks. I got an armor class in my head. You got to strike to actually get his.
Right.
Stuff.
So I got a 15 first attack.
All right.
Okay. Second, that will be an 8.
Yeah. First one passes right through, and he kind of looks down for a moment, he looks at you and smiles, and he's like, "I have to be concentrating upon it." And then he goes into his waist and like takes out a pretend gun. And he's like, dun, 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 dun. And it looks so real. Like he's like such a good pantomime. He's like, ha, 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 so we'll come back to him and see where he winds up. So it is the owl and then Scarius.
All right. So I need to start doing as much damage as possible. So I am going to draw my short sword and fight 2-handed. Because even with the penalties, I still got a deed die, and I'm pretty strong. So the chances are.
Work your penalties out.
Yeah, it's -1, -2 dice.
All right, cool.
All right, so with my broadsword, I get a 13, 16 to hit.
Boom, boom.
And with the short sword, I get 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to hit.
Boom, boom.
All right. So, but I only got 2 on the deed, which is fine, because I wasn't really going for a deed. 5, 10, 12, 14 points of damage.
Oof. Youch. All right. That's everything 14 total?
Yeah.
Total of 14.
Yeah, I got 5s on both of the weapon dice. I got a +2 strength, and I got a 2 on the deed.
Cool. Shoot. That's like 15. Sorry, I had a math problem. All right. So, still up. They have not lost an action die. Like, you kill 3 guys. And, dudes are falling all over the place. There's now a pile of, bodies, all completely, around where Electric Owl is over there doing his thing. Electric Owl does his head move. His namesake head turn, and just looks awesome. All right. Yeah, man, that was awesome. So it is now Scarius. Scarius, it's time, baby.
All right. Let me just say up front that I feel dirty about this. I am going to yank the girl up to her feet with one arm around her neck and tell the reclaimer, "Drop your weapons."
Gotcha. All right, so go ahead and she doesn't resist. So when you grab her arm and lift her up, she weighs nothing. Give me just like a DC 5 strength check to pull this move off of.
Oh yeah.
All right, nice.
Yeah, 11.
All right, so you go ahead and like grab her up there and like lift her, and like clutch her up there and such. I need you to make me a willpower save and throw, and I don't remember what the number is, so I'll look it up while you're doing that.
Okay.
There you go.
19.
All right, so here is what happens. You know what, Brother Scarius, when you touch her, you suddenly feel this incredible rush of endorphins come over you, and like you have this moment where you realize that your notions about everyone being like being a series of components, at the same time it makes things a negative. It also means that all of mankind is a part of one wonderful machine that all works together to the benefit of the universe and to life in general. And like this wave of happiness just comes over you, and however, you get a 19 in your willpower save, so you don't succumb to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not passed out, but like just touching her on the skin, like touching her skin, you can just feel this like wave, like it sort of balances out all of your weirdness, at least for now, But right now, you feel like this contentment that you've never felt before, sort of like rush all over your body.
Oh, I'm definitely inviting her to the barbecue. But I have no intention of actually hurting her, but I want the reclaimer to think that I might.
Give me a personality check. Scare him.
All right. 16 plus 2 is 18.
Okay, so he goes. He's like, like from inside the jar you hear, "He just might do it." And we'll see what they do on their round. But right now, is it their turn? It is their turn. All right, so he's like, don't, and he like gently holds his gun hand out, then he puts it up like this, and then he drops it, and then he goes, clink, clink, clink. He makes a noise.
Hey, kick it over this way.
Like perfect pantomime, and then makes kind of a noise as it like goes across the silk floor mats over to where you are, and he's like, "All right, look. Right now, all we came for is the rain. We meant no real harm. We wish to incorporate you in the brotherhood of the WeatherCon. However, if you hurt Princess Happiness, I mean it. I promise I shall destroy every man, woman, and child here. None shall live, and I shall take your precious Rainbringer with me. And it will not go well for him or for you or for any of them if you hurt her." And he's like, "Allow me to tell everyone." And he's like, I'm just going to take the bullhorn out. And it actually makes a whiny noise. And he's like, "Stand down, everyone, stand down." And like all of the water slaves and everything else, they all kind of like, back down a little bit, What weapon do you have out, Scarius, that you've got her with then?
It's my electric flail, so not the best hostage weapon.
I mean, all you got to do is put it like an inch closer, and it's gonna break.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I get it. And he's like, "So then," he says, "You are bold. You are a bold one. Why do you bother to? Why do you waste your time here in the Market Citadel? Come, join my army. You will live like a prince. I am always looking for bold, truly bold men, and you have proven yourself worthy this day, sir."
No.
Are you certain?
We don't need to be princes. We are happy men and women living our lives, and you come to claim to steal what is not yours.
His voice is still going all out. He's like, no. He says, Aiko belongs to us. He has forsaken the emperor and like Electric Alley's like, you're like, no.
Lying.
How dare you? Listen. Never. He just starts yelling. Yeah, he doesn't take well to that at all. And he's like, all right, then. We're at a standoff then. If you won't join me, then what happens? How do we end this? Will you allow me and my men to leave unharmed? You have already killed many of my warriors this day.
I must confer with my comrades.
Yes, do that. And then, how are we going to do this?
Can I take the loudspeaker?
Yeah. He says, yeah, you take it from, and like, you feel it until it leaves his hand, and then it's air.
Oh, okay.
You know, he says, all right. He says, but I warn you, I may see, I am never without recourse. And then he reaches over and presses an imaginary button on the inside of this thing. And there is this zap. Scariest. Give me an initiative check or a reflex saving throw.
Oh.
19.
Yeah, man. Like, he presses a button that makes an imaginary trap go off. You step to the right just in time to miss a very real burst of electricity that comes out of a very imaginary plate there at your feet that you hadn't noticed before, perhaps because it was imaginary. So let's roll initiative again because it's about to be,
It's about
right,
to be on.
They're going to go on 11 at this point.
I'm going last again.
I don't know.
Got a 4.
I got a 2.
A 2.
Oh man, I got an 8.
It's looking rough. All right, so
I wasn't ready for such treachery.
Well, yeah, man. So the guys that are around you quickly turn and are going to go after Owl again with both both their attack dice. That's going to be a 14.
Nope.
And a total of a 20.
Yep.
Boom. You take 6 points of damage as the stave comes across the back of your head. Gadoosh. The Wildcat. So the Wildcat has disappeared. All right, here's what happens. That's a crappy roll. All right, once again, this time, William, give me a D20 check and add 2 to it. Oh, yeah. You got to beat mine.
Do what? I'm sorry?
D20 and add 2.
21.
Oh, man. I rolled
This
good,
is the
too.
best this set of dice has ever rolled.
I love hearing that. So here's what happens. Like, the Wildcat disappeared during all of that, and suddenly, like, you see the jar start to shake, and, like, another pair of hands tries to lift it up, and you see another pair of, like, psychic feet, and it looks like he has summoned some kind of gorilla or something to be inside the thing with him to, like, help him lift it off there. But even so, like, Eelhead is still pressing down on top of the barrel and preventing them from actually getting out. The Harbinger...
That's got to be pretty tight in there.
Oh, my God. It's
a
ridiculous.
little guy and a gorilla.
Yeah, maybe it's like an orangutan. It's not. It's not good. I'll tell you, it's not good.
Yeah.
I promise you, it's not good in there. You know what I'm saying? The Harbinger is actually going to come over at. All right, he is going to go for a maneuver. He is going to try to grab Happiness Princess and like draw her away from you. So give me a strength check versus his strength check. If he rolls a 1, it'll be a fumble, and then someone's getting hurt, possibly her. Give me a strength check. Beat his 13.
I got a 12.
All right. So he grabs her and sort of like pushes her behind her and like looks terrified. And, even those couple of moments when he grabbed her, like you can see this like relief sort of like wash over his face, like, oh. And that is their whole round. So it is the... Are there any more guys? Fishbowl's gone. I keep looking at this number again. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh, that was the goat. Smash cut to him like over at the one stall with the bread, just like.
Oh, we're bringing the goat to the barbecue too.
Try leaving him out. Try leaving the goat out.
He's going to be the guest of honor.
All right. Oh, I decided how to do a goat noise. No, remember there was that I get mad. Not bad to feel mad. Sesame Street, anyone? Right. All right, so I guess that's the whole crew over there. Those two groups went over there, and that is it. So it is actually, Al, what'd you get for initiative?
8. Yeah.
All right, I couldn't read that. You're up next.
All right. Go to weapon fighting, trying to make a wall of steel to defend myself, because if I take another shot, I'm probably going down.
Okay, going for defense. Gotcha.
But I'm still, it's still two weapon.
I got you.
I got a 5 on the deed die.
Smoking.
And I got, I'm going to hit, because I got a 9 on the bad hand,
Yep.
and 11 on the good hand, so it's going to be hits on both.
Damage.
All right, so 5. So it's a base of 9 so far. 17 total.
Beauty. Now, can I do this math in my head? It's 15. It'd be this much minus 2 more. Okay, congratulations, dude. You have just dropped them down to 1 action die.
Nice.
At this point. There's only a handful of guys left.
And what does my 5 give me for AC bump?
Plus 3. So what's your armor class normal?
17, so we basically
Yeah,
20.
man, rock and roll 20 for this round. Yeah, you wall of steel. That's awesome. So it is, how many hit points do you have left?
5.
Nice. All right, it is look at the wrong attack matrix there. It is now Pierre and then Scarius. Pierre, what you gonna do, cousin?
Okay, I think I turn towards the reclaimer, and I pretend I'm gonna attack him with my 2 swords, and that's boot laser to the face.
Gotcha. All right, give me an attack roll. Or
I got 15 plus, I think it's 3. Yeah, 18.
That's what you need, cousin. Give me damage.
Okay. 6 points.
Man, yeah, he's going down at this point.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's he got healed some, but not that much. He was really in bad shape when he healed himself. So here, a lot of things happen here at once. When he falls out, okay, like all of the slaves suddenly at one throw like and they drop the litter. So everybody inside the litter, you give me an agility save, DC 13. All right. Hey, if you're watching from home, okay, if you're watching from home, could I get one of y'all who has the first one to get this, does it? I want you, if you're watching from home and you have dice, please roll me a D20 and add 4 to it. And tell me what you get in the chat room. First number is going to take it home. We're going to see. This is the morale check, baby. This is for all the marbles. Are we going to stay and fight, or are we going to skedaddle?
I got exactly 13, so I make it by the skin of the teeth.
Cool. An 11, right in the middle. Damn. Yeah, 10 or better though. That's it. Yeah, man. They're like, oh, they killed the reclaimer. So the slaves all go running free. The eel guy is still dominated, right? He's got another 3 rounds. He's only 3 rounds in. He's plenty of rounds left. But he's free too. Now we just enslaved Brother Scarius. So there you go. But still the psychic, and we still have the rest of the army who are real pissed. So it is Scarius. It is your turn. So the up on the top there, the eel is still holding down the jar. The guy is still inside there with his psychic monkey, gorilla, we don't know, trying to get out. They don't it's not their round though. So the guy is down. What are you gonna do?
So but the reclaimer is down, right?
Yeah, he just got he went to block, like he drew a shield to block like the 2 different swords, like ha, and then just took a laser blast to the chops.
Can you imagine a shield just like this?
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Fresh. Where'd you get that, man? You made that?
No, it's just a kid's toy.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to step off of the skiff over to Owl and lay a hand on him and recharge him a little bit.
Okay, he walked over to the animal stall. You've been fighting there. Yeah, so I will say you can.
Can I get to him in time?
You can do it if you give me a jump, like to leap out of there and do it all nimbly. So you can do if you can give me a 13 or better agility check, I'll say you can leap out of there, run past a bunch of slaves. Thank you, Kid Cowboy, but I got a number. You're awesome. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you.
I trip over a guardrail and
eat it. Can't go this round.
Yeah. Got a 7.
That was for your
my agility roll.
By the way, if I rub off my luck, you need a 13.
Yeah. So,
but each point is 2 point. It's just 1 for other people. Okay.
Yeah. So you could no. You get 2 for one of your friends as well.
Oh, okay. So that would mean 3 with 3 points. That would make it right. Yeah. So.
Me too, Kick. Me too.
Okay.
You're gonna do that? Oh.
Yeah. 2 points away. So 6 points.
Suddenly, it backs up, and you see him like Brother Scarius goes over there. You could actually, for a moment, Pierre looking at him, you hear the Chariots of Fire soundtrack just for a second. Dun, 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 dun. As he nimbly gets over the side of there and runs over to Al, I'm coming! And his hands, all of a sudden, all of these nanoparticles appear around him and they go over there and lay and get down there on top of him. So it's
Owl, what alignment are you?
I am neutral.
Neutral. Perfect. 15 is going to be 2 dice.
Well,
since you're fighting
6.
the whole army pretty much by yourself, I figure you need
a little
some hit
love.
points.
Little love.
We killed one guy on the litter. He's killed 75 down here on the ground.
He's killed a bunch of guys today. He certainly has bagged his limit, as we say here in Georgia. All right, so now we're gonna keep moving on, and it is actually their turn. So they have 1 action die left, and they're going after the owl. Here it goes. That is a 19.
Not gonna do it.
Ooh.
Beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Man, they come at you they just bring all kinds of violence, and they cannot do it. I'm doing good too. Inside, go ahead and Nacho, give me that strength check. Remember, you need 20 plus 2 again, please. Now I got you. Give me a 9.
10.
So that the jar is just with the guy outside, just holding on to it and just keeping everybody smushed in there. That sucks for them. All right, so is that all my army guys? The Reclaimer's gone. The thing's gone. Coach, nowhere to be seen. Yeah, man, that's the whole bunch of them. It is Owl. Electric Owl. Your turn, bro.
I got a 15 with my broadsword plus 2 and a D17 plus another 2. So I got a dirty 20 to hit with that one.
Cool.
I'm only going to hit a 6, 7, 8 with the other sword, so I only one hit.
It's not going to get it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 6, 7, I got 10 damage.
Nice. All right, yeah. So you, there are still guys left, but you deal, you kill a couple of them with that couple of shots. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry, I'm reworking the mechanics of this thing in my head as I'm fucking around with this. So there you go. That gets them, but they're still up. There's still guys there, and it is fight's going to continue. And it is Pierre and then Scarius. Pierre, what you gonna do, bro?
Okay, I'm gonna spend my last charge of my boot laser, I'm sticking it. I think I'm sticking the boot inside the jar and just shooting whatever is inside there. Just allowing, the laser to.
That's wild. You know what? Okay, so here's the thing. You can't see inside of it, but there's nowhere to run. So I'm gonna say even money. Roll a d20.
Okay, I got a total of 13.
Oh, but wait a minute. You might get the psychic projection instead. Hold on, let me roll. I'm rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, or give me roll me damage.
Okay. Just a couple points.
2?
2 points, yep.
Right. Yeah, man. So you hear God bless it from inside there as one of them takes a laser blast to the inside of there. To the inside of someplace. He gets a little like burnt flesh someplace where you don't want burnt flesh and screams. It's like you hear it like reverberating inside this jar. Oh, that sucks. That sucks for them. But the fight is going to continue. That was awesome though, and it is Scarius. Your turn, bro. You are now out there with the army guys.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to run back to the litter. That was I don't like it out here.
It's scary out here.
It is.
There's guys. All right, you run back to the litter.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, once again, if you give me that agility check, DC 13 again, I could get you. I'll say 1 round to get back inside of there.
14.
Yep.
But my agility is a -1, so 13. What did I need?
What was it, 13?
13. You needed a 13, yeah. So you
Okay.
just barely get in there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, 1 round. So you can still do something when you're inside there. What you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Are townsfolk like they've all fled, right? Or they're standing around the
They're
periphery?
hiding. Yeah, people are. 1 more round, you got to make another luck check to see if somebody's gonna back you up with something. But
I was thinking about trying to make a very quick soliloquy to, townsfolk, we are defending your water. Come and aid us in this effort.
all right. Yeah, give me
Since most of the army is gone by now, the main guy's gone. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll be a little
personality.
brave.
Yeah. Now that Electra's killed 82 people, maybe now they can kind of find their, screw their courage down. Yeah, give me a personality check. That's you give them a browsing. Yeah, come help us.
A dirty 20.
Shut up. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you 2 rolls on the psychic thing to see what you get. So roll me a d20.
Okay. A 19.
19. Okay.
And an 18. I'm going to shrine this die.
That's actually weirdly, you both got armor class because I guess I just kind of wrote it out like that. So suddenly, 19. Suddenly, each one of you has a shield that stays in front of you for a round. It's not really a shield. It's like a psychic. It's like what it is it's flying psychic cookware. So all of a sudden, there's all these pots and pans that have manifested, but they're going to block incoming attacks and give everybody a +2 armor class, and then you get an additional +1 armor class. Everyone is psychically quick this round. Zing, 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 zing. So you're a total of +3 on armor class this round, and you can actually it bumps all your initiatives up by 1. It doesn't change anything though, because there's nobody who's neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but you get +3 on armor class for 1 round across the board. So as 2 of them use their psychic powers to kind of throw defense at you guys, and block you up some. Man,
Thank you.
and that's awesome. And that was Brother Scarius. It is their turn. So I got the crew over here is going to come at you, dude. That was a 22 to get you, Tim.
Oof.
Yeah, man. Baboosh. It was almost a crit. You take 7 points of damage. Go ahead and Nacho, roll me another d20 +2. 15.
16. Again.
"Yo, get you!" They're still trying to get out of the bell jar over here. It's Sylvia Plath trying to get out of the bell jar.
Why do I get a +2? By the way, is it?
It's a strength roll with a strength roll for the eelheads guy's strength. I'm just having you roll for eelhead, so it's his.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just keep beating me at mine.
Mm-hmm.
My better roll. He has leverage. He's like leaning on top of it with his great big eel head, like leaning into some. It's all happening there. All right, so is that it, man? It's getting close here, guys. Almost out of here. Electric Owl, what are you gonna do, bro?
All right, Deed is still probably gonna be defensive with swinging 2 swords. Oh man, I got a 5 on the Deed die. 7. I only got a 10 on my highest roll, but I know 13's hit.
Here.
All right, I'm gonna spend to make both of them hit. I'd have to spend 6 luck, which I'm going to do.
Oh,
3 on each. With a 5 on the Deed.
Roll me that damage.
14, 18 points of damage.
Yeah, man, that's it. The last bunch of them all run at you, and you like close your eyes, and you're just like, and when you open your eyes up, you look around, and they're all dead. You're not sure where you hit them or what happened and such. And that's the rest of the army. And at this point, man, once they're all dead, now everybody gets involved. They all run in,
Of course.
put their hands in the jar. Like one guy's got a spoon, he's just banging on the outside of it. Let go of your gorilla. I will do this and such. Yeah, man, that's it. They, you guys have defended them, and the happiness princess comes over to you, Brother Scarius, and she's like, "What will happen with me now?
You can stay here with us.
Where is here?"
The Market Citadel. We'll treat you well.
"I've only ever seen darkness. So much rain." She walks out into it, and like rain falls on her. And like then she sort of like walks through the crowd and like just touches people, and like you can just see just lighten fools up. You know what I'm saying? So this was you guys have defeated the machinations of the Weather Khan and his guards and the Reclaimer and a whole bunch of other guys, and dealt with my wacky new mechanics, which was awesome. Well done. I only got 1 crit. Every crit I got, I was going to break another dude off, but I only got 1 crit. But still, that was still nice. So like, a couple hours later, it's the great big barbecue where everyone is crammed inside. It's a huge celebration, and like, the former water slaves who are like there, like, do we live here now? And like in the middle of it, suddenly for a moment out floats Aiko, the Weatherbringer. He just sort of like comes out there like kind of like being borne aloft on these winds that only he can feel, and he lands in front of all of you. He's like, "Electric Brother Scarius, Pierre. I understand that we owe everything to you this day. I shall." He's like, it is time for us to surpass our organization. No longer a citadel. Today we are a kingdom, and these are the knights of the realm. All of you shall be hereforth respected as knights." And like, out comes Happiness Princess, who's now like all clean. They've given her an outfit. She's all cleaned up. And she comes over and like, she puts this sort of metal on top of each one of you. And when she does that, Al, she touches you. And for a moment, you have that same moment of like blissed out happiness when you realize that even within those deceptions, everyone is still being true to their human nature. And when you realize that, it's like it balances it all out. Like, just this moment of just like, And, Pierre, when she touches you, like your probability bending thing goes out even farther than it ever has before. This wave of happiness comes over you when you realize that there's a life beyond this life and that you cannot predict it. And just the knowledge of that like balances all of that out, balancing out all of your psychic consequences. And from this moment forward, you guys are known as the Knights Protector of the Citadel, now the Market Kingdom. So well done, and everyone gets 3 points of luck, and my respect. And I don't know, take 20 experience points. You kill a whole bunch of guys. It was awesome. So we'll go ahead.
And suddenly there's a camera change towards the 3 guards that were still left. I think the 90 minutes were off, and now they're pretending they're still, controlled by Brother Scarius at this point.
We live here now. We're going to be friends. Yeah, they are officially lackeys, junior lackeys. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll even get names and no longer be nitnoids. So it's a little bit early, but we're going to go ahead and
every
knock
knight
off
needs
here.
a squire.
There you go. Up 3 knights for 3 squires, y'all. I like it. At this point, we're going to go ahead and call it done here. But thank you very much. If you have watched us on Twitter, know you guys have got my love. And thank you very much, Key Cowboy, Jess, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching. We love putting on our show for you, and we love it when y'all tune in, and we appreciate the feedback and the comments and everything. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that the bell that does whatever it does. It makes things happen. It makes wonderful things happen in your life. If you hit that bell today, watching this program, psychic love will pass over you, and you will find yourself raised to a height of psychic awesomeness only before hereto undreamed of by mankind and immortals alike.
Be careful, though. Brendan's psychic love comes with ectoplasm.
It's always a price. It's always a consequence. Always a psychic consequence. Thank you very much for tuning in to 1000 Worlds Blades Against Bandwidth. And we have a tradition here. And I would ask, if you're watching, please physically do this along with us. Everyone take a deep breath. And exhale. In with the gaming. Out with the bullcrap. In with the gaming. Out with the bullcrap. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We're grateful to have you all with us, and thank you for being our friends. Be well.